Hi everybody, welcome back to Shot in the Family Firewood. This week's video, you can see it behind me. We're starting up the boiler. We'll show you that, and then I think we're going to do a quick once over of the kiln. That kiln video is by far my best video. I kind of thought maybe it would be. I gained a bunch of subscribers. I was at 399. I'm at like 420 now. If you want to see more of that kiln and the micro kiln, subscribe. We're going to do more with that here very soon. I made a couple of changes, we'll show you, and then I'll run through an explanation of what I got so far and what I think is coming. So in the meantime, we're going to get this boiler up to temp. It's going to be cold here this week, and figured we better get her going. So we'll be back with the boiler startup video and the kiln overview here very shortly. Okay, it's heating time. Really, I'd probably normally wait to start this till tomorrow with the temperatures that are coming. Highs in the 50s, lows below freezing this week, or this coming week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So it's time to heat the house. First things first, we're gonna get that bucket off the chimney here, and then we'll be back. It's gonna be cold tonight and for the next week roughly, and really it's not gonna warm up much after that, but we're gonna be highs in the 50s and lows below freezing here in the next couple days. So I'm going to take advantage of a little bit of extra time today, and we're going to light the Johnson outdoor wood boiler that we have. So this will be the start of our 6-month long fire. So we're going to use one of these homemade fire starters that the boys and I made, and we got a trailer full of wood right here, and we're going to start this fire. So then you can see when there's no coals in there, I just start on one side. Once we get the fire going, and we'll put enough on to get the fire going on both sides here. So we took the bucket off the chimney and we checked the water level. Water level's pretty high. I assume once it expands, we will probably have some draining out. So anyway, hopefully this fire gets going here. It's starting to burn in there. We'll let it start going a little bit before we turn the blower and pump on. They come on together on this one, so we'll start circulating some cold water here. But it'll warm up pretty quick. Okay, up here is our controls. Still have our melted gauge, haven't done anything with that. And all our settings from last year, we're not changing anything. So we're just, I've run this thing a couple times during the summer just to make sure everything's cycling and stuff. So hopefully it's still going to cycle today. Yeah. All right, we got some good flames, so it's time to open up the back. Not sure if you can see it. I have this wired it up just for a plug-in. You can go on the ladder. And so when I plug this in, the pump is running and the fan should come on when I shut the light off in the front. So I'm gonna try and get our insulation up around there and get going. Yep. Stop. Okay, so the light is on. So all we gotta do, flip this switch. The blower comes on. Starts blowing the smoke out the chimney, and we're in business. Okay, so I think I've said this before, but that's where the pipe comes in the house. So the insulated one is hot. Runs over to the plate exchanger, and then runs back over to the furnace plenum with the heat exchanger in there. So okay, here's my thermostats. Here's the top one is for the furnace, gas furnace. And then the bottom one is the fan only option, run to the heat, run to the heating controller. So it's jumpered, the fan only is jumpered from the top one to the bottom one. And the bottom one is for the boiler heat. Just show you the top one is jumpered down to the bottom one with the red common also attached to both. And so that's the setup. I've been asked to do a walk around of the micro kiln, and I'm out here tonight doing a couple of modifications. Not modifications, a couple of changes just to see if we can do a little better. So we insulated the floor, and we just laid 2x4s down for the totes to sit on. They're same thickness as the insulation. So we insulated the floor. That's a big change. Several comments, several people must have missed. I do have a fan in here, and it's not I'd like to get a bigger fan one of these days when I find one, or when I prove that it works the way I want and we're going to keep using it. I can spend some money on a fan to move some more air in here, but that fan works. It's not a very big room, so that fan should keep the air moving pretty good when we get the front closed up. This is the return air. That's the flexible ductwork, insulated ductwork, that returns the air to the blower on the wood furnace, right here. So instead of taking in fresh cold air, we're taking in return warm air, and that way we're able to achieve higher temperatures of in the kiln itself. So that is not a sealed tight hole where that comes in. The hole is bigger, so there is room for air, some air to escape down there. So I guess it is kind of vented, probably not vented enough. There's several people that recommended we need to vent more. So I've been looking at humidity level controlled vent fans. We'll see. We'll probably do another run without that, and then we'll see about adding something like that maybe in the future. So this is the ductwork coming in from that wood furnace. This is not from the firebox. This is for just the air chamber around the firebox blows in here. Turn the top one down so that it's going down to the wood. So that's set up. Again, Deka wood furnace, scored it off a marketplace. And then so the firebox and the chimney leaves the back there. Probably can't see it in there, but up above that, the chimney leaves here, and then it's a brick lined firebox, and that's separate of where the blower just blows around that. It's open inside here, and the blower blows around that. The outside of this is basically just ductwork, and then these two pipes are just ductwork blowing the warm air into the kiln. So, and then from the rear, chimney leaves the rear here. So we're making this a little safer now. We are far enough away code wise. If this was in a house, we're far enough away from the wood burner with combustible materials, but in order to make it safer, we actually threw some cement board on this end. And then I'm going to do that at least on the first 5 feet of the front panel, especially where that paper is. That's really making me nervous. So we're going to try and get some more protection on that. And we'll see. It's very heavy stuff, so we probably won't do the, I don't know, we'll see about doing the whole door or not, or the whole front side, I'm not sure. But I want to definitely get the end closest to the wood stove. So, besides that, the inside, the walls I built are 6 foot tall. The dimensions are 5 feet out, 8 feet long, and 6 foot tall. So 5 by 8 by 6 are the dimensions in here. Fits 2 totes comfortably. There's not much extra room to get around. Some of the other stuff that I got this here is the thermostat control sensor just hanging out in here. I did everything on the far end away from where the heat comes in, thinking that this would be the cooler end, so we have to make sure to get the temperature on the cooler end of this thing. So I'm cognizant of that. Here's the sensor that we stick in the wood. Just drill a hole and shove that thing in the wood. Near the bottom of the tote on this far end away from the heat, so that we're making sure we get an accurate temperature throughout the whole load, Oh, sorry about that. Besides that, I think what will be required once we try to get, if we try to get certification, we're going to need a data logger. So I've been looking at that. I believe it's pronounced Elitech or something like that. Has a temperature and humidity logger on Amazon, and I just ordered one of those. I'm gonna get it here and start using that to verify that our, just another temperature sensor in itself, but then it'll also load into a computer and you can store it. So I noticed in the application that it's required to store an electronic file for at least 3 years after you run the kiln or want to certify. So we're going to be able to do that. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Once I covered up this end, I can't run the screw through to keep it closed anymore. So I put this block of wood down here, and I'll be able to just use a clamp on there to keep that closed, I hope, is my plan anyway. So with that, that's pretty much the explanation of my micro kiln. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will say that it's not legal. We're in an outbuilding and have a solid fuel wood stove. That's not legal anywhere to my understanding. It's a risk I'm willing to take at this point. I watch it pretty close. I have a fire extinguisher right close by, and I guess I guess like I said, it's a risk I'm willing to take. It's definitely not legal. I think what would probably have to go to make it legal would be to put it outside and build a separate building that's just the kiln structure, not inside a shed like this. Again, risk I decided I was willing to take here. So hopefully that's the walk around you guys were looking for. Again, any questions, feel free to ask. I think we're going to have to wait a week to run this, as I'm not going to have time this weekend to babysit it. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to slide this front across, and I'm going to get the cement board on the front. So thanks for watching.